If you're watching the replay, comment replay. Hello. Hey, everybody. I just want to hit a hello, hello, hello. Okay, y'all. So let's just talk about it. Let's talk about it. And I always gotta these screens. All right, y'all. Coach Jay here. I am super excited about today. We're going to talk about can y'all hear me? Give me a one if you can hear me. Give me a one if you can hear me. If you feel like there's a lag or anything like that, feel free to refresh the screen or go out and come back in. I know that Substack has a really bad lag. If you're watching live, comment live. If you're watching the replay, of course, comment replay. I want to make sure that y'all can hear me. I want to make sure you can see me okay. Let me know because y'all know how tech is. Give me some hearts. Let me know. Let me know. And while we are waiting on everybody to catch up, because like I said, I don't know if you can see me or hear me or not. And I want to also know how far along the lag is. Okay. Okay, so nobody on Substack is saying anything. So I don't know if y'all can, I don't know if you can or not. Do I need to end it and come back? Or like what's T? Like, is the lag that bad? Let me know. Let me know. Come on in. Come on in. Let me know who's here. YouTube is quiet. Y'all gotta let me know. Because like I said, I don't know if the chat is even working, the comments are even working. Like I just want to make sure things are working. I don't want to just start talking and rambling. Everybody miss everything I'm saying. Hey, Quenisha. Okay, she's saying live. So that was a long lag. That was a very long lag if that is the case. If you are watching live, comment live, Substack, I don't know if you can hear me. Okay. She said, no, I'm not. Like, okay. I just want to make sure because, like I said, I don't know if y'all can hear me okay. Okay, perfect. Okay, I don't know if Substack is just tripping or what. Okay. Anyway, we're gonna get right to it. So let's talk about the finished work. Let's talk about the focus. Let's talk about getting and moving towards and especially with social media, okay? Just even what would just happen, right? Like what happened to the enthusiasm, right? What happened to hey Camille, hey T Marie. So Camille, you changed from YouTube to Substack. Is Substack working? Because I know you were on Substack just now. I just want to make sure because if Substack ain't nobody saying nothing, so I don't know if you moved because you can hear me okay. But I want to know like what happened to the enthusiasm, and feel free to be absolutely transparent in the chat. And when I say enthusiasm, that means showing up on these apps, showing up on the apps, being absolutely like excited to learn, to grow, to prosper. Okay, so Camille said it was a little grainy. That's interesting. Okay, thank you for that feedback. Um, like it's still people watching on Substack, so I guess they're okay. So the as we know, right? As we know, social media has taken a little bit of a dive in terms of, and I may have to go out and come back in for Substack. That there is a little bit of a negative cloud. If I am wrong, let me know. Do you feel that social media is lagging behind? Do you feel that social media is not what it used to be? Do you feel like there's a negative cloud? Do you feel like things are just not moving the way that you thought it was going to move? Like, what do you think is really, really going on? Right? Like, let me know what that looks like. What does that feel like for you? Okay. Like, let me know. The reason why I'm asking this is just simply because I think that when it comes down to social media, I'm seeing a lot of people, especially on threads. I see a lot of people talking about it on the interwebs. Like, people are just like over social media because of the algorithm. Interesting. Okay. So everybody's kind of feeling the same way. Everybody's feeling the same. So it's like the algorithm is seemingly prioritizing foolishness um, instead of people who really have something good to say, or they're prioritizing politics, or they're prioritizing ranting and cheating behavior or whatever, right? But I have a theory about that too. Oh, Quenisha, let me address that. I love that. Um, Let me address that because that's good. That's very interesting. Um, and we gotta. I think that's very interesting because the fact that you said that, people have there's like a social media fatigue, if you will. That may be what it is. Um, for the marketing side, but this is where she said, I think entrepreneurs, I want to make sure I just said the not on purpose, but for the algorithm. The algorithm is definitely um bothersome for a lot of people. And this is kind of where I feel like I don't attach myself to these apps. I don't attach myself to numbers on these apps. I only attach myself to, when I say attach, that means I care about, which is views, right? Conversions for the month, like how many people came over from, and that's why I'm always asking people where they come from. I'm always asking people where did they where what's going on, right? um where did you come from? How did you find me? This, then the third. Okay, so now social media has went through a maturation phase. So mature, the maturation of the platforms like the metas, like Facebook, is really matured to the point where now there is just this there's so, like, I don't think Zuckerberg even knows what to do with it anymore. Like, how can you get it back to where it was? How can you get Instagram back to where it was when Instagram used to be about this? Now it's something completely different. It's something different now. TikTok used to be a certain way. Now it has changed. So social media always starts off with this refreshing creator type of togetherness, creativity, because people are always looking for creative outlets. We are, and it goes to your next comment when you said entrepreneurs need hobbies and scroll for something different outside of business stuff. See, this is where the part of the creative comes in, right? So when you talk about the creative, this is kind of where like most people leave corporate. Let's just go ahead and put it out there. Most people leave corporate so that they can do creative things and produce money from it, or to make money from their creative pursuits, right? And so why is that? Because of the restrictions and the what is it called, the almost favoritism, for lack of a better word, for the need to be like, it's always this restriction, right? So it's like you're smart, you're good, you're dependable, you do all the right things, only to be told whatever, whatever, whatever. we got to cut back on this, or we're going to hire this person instead, or we're going to do this, we're going to take this direction. And so you have people that say, you know what, forget it, I'm just going to start my own business, I'm just going to start my own thing, I'm just going to just move into this. So you have people that step into entrepreneurship and they start to share about the lifestyle of starting a business and the ups and downs of it. People get inspired, or people say, you know what, I see this person doing it, I'm just going to step out there, right? So now we've come to a place in the sharing and the lifestyle of it, right? And so now people are like bored out of their mind when it comes down to social media. But for some reason, because it's a part of our culture, right? Social media is a part of our culture. So it's more along the lines of, okay, so we can't tear ourselves away from it. People are getting away from TV. People are getting away from radio. So phones, we carry our phones everywhere we go. We're always scrolling and things like that. So it's doom scrolling. Then now, political stuff, what's going on around the world, the Gaza stuff, all these things that are happening. And we're trying to create art at the same time. And now our art is being brought up for question because a lot of people in the last 5 years have been scammed out of stuff. A lot of people from the last 5 years have lost things because they did all kinds of things with business. Now we're at the place of, okay, so how do we conduct ourselves online? The internet seems to be broken. People are tired. There's a lot of digital fatigue. So the hobby stuff, right? So now we got to get into the conversation about like where is the balance between business and then breaking into other things without feeling like you're dropping the ball in your company. Because I'm going to be honest with you. I told y'all, building a business is not a thing, like a lifestyle trend that we have created it to be. The business building was always set upon a couple of things. Number one, you're jumping classes. Okay, that was always the thing. You start a business to get out of the realm of control of corporate America so you could do your own thing. You set your own rules. You set your own processes and standards and income, right? Because you're in control of your own income. The issue is that you have to pay for it by staying free. Because I always tell people, like, freedom costs you money. It costs to be free. It's not free to be free. There's a cost, a compensation that you have to, which means you're responsible for your own taxes. You're responsible for your own benefits. You're responsible for your own retirement. You're responsible for your own wherewithal. So now you are responsible for all these things. So the key is that you have to grow it. You have to create the processes around it. You got to create the standards. And if you hire people, guess what? You are going to have to shield yourself. You have to create opportunities for people, but you also got to adhere to rules, which turns you into a corporation in so many ways, right? You turn into a company. Now, with that being said, you're supposed to be able to trust your processes. You're supposed to trust the people that's running your business. You're supposed to trust your team. You're supposed to trust the automations that you put in place so that you can do what? So that you can live a little bit more. Oh, here we go. That's if you're going to hire a team. The whole point of hiring a team is to free up your time so that you can do more marketing and you can do more living. Am I right or am I right? Y'all tell me. Somebody let me know. Because your team handles the day-to-day. You're in charge of the strategic piece, which is the overall the strategic development, the values, making sure everything is sticking along the mission. That's what it was initially supposed to look like. You let me know if I'm off. Right? So I don't see nobody saying anything yet, so I don't know if I'm off or on because I'm interactive. I'm always been an interactive person. This the thing, like everybody just want to listen. So it just comes down to how this is going to work for going and moving forward. You know, it's really about like how are we moving forward with the changes that are unfolding in front of us. Quenisha said a lot of people started a lifestyle business and they are burning out. I agree. I agree. She said also a lot of entrepreneurs that started in 2020, boom, don't have leadership skills to scale a business or the maturity. You better bring it. Quenisha always has good stuff. She always has good insight. She always has good insight. I can't wait till you get to writing over there on Substack. Not Substack, Threads. I saw you came up on Threads. I was like, yes, because I will forever ever remember that post what you made about sales. What I think it was Salesforce or sales. I forgot what it was. It was so good. People not leveraging partnerships and collaborations. Okay, okay. Is that Jessica JLW? Is it you? Um, I agree. I agree. I agree. I agree. And I'm gonna say this too. Um, I'm gonna say this too. When it comes down to the 2020 boom, and I completely agree. I completely agree that there were a lot of people that got very, very shiny object syndrome like. And the only reason why I feel like I've lasted out here is because I've owned a business before. So I know one of the things I talked to my daughter about recently is that I told her that once you learn how to make money, you don't ever forget. You don't ever forget how to make your own coins. Like you can, like the market can shift, the market can dip, the market can change, anything can happen. But the thing is that you have to lean into the pivots, you have to lean into freeing up so that you always stay on the adaptable train. Like you always have to adapt, right? It was too much of oh, thank you. That's why I never just bought into it. I never bought into the lifestyle. People were telling me, "Oh, you need to show more of you and Maddie and da da da." I'm like, no. Why do I need to show my kid for y'all to buy for me? That is crazy to me. You don't want the skills, like you don't want the outcome. I'm teaching you how to make money. Are you kidding me? But people will know. See, you need to show more of it. I know, and maybe that was the price that I had to pay because then the femininity thing started to happen. I'm like, this is crazy that we're doing this. She said it was working for a while. I was guilty of that, but people also need to learn how to blend it. And but you know what? I'm gonna say this. I think for me, I have see, and then I'm just different. Maybe because I'm about the work. I'm about doing the work, doing my job, and then living offline. Like I feel like when it comes down to the work is the work. Period. It's I've never been into because I guess I knew how it worked because I've been in coaching before and I know how. See, I've been in coaching for since what year was that? Oh my gosh. What was it? 2014? 2014. So that's when lifestyle started to come up. A lot of women started to like travel and take pictures with their clients. And when Marie Folio B school thing was really, really big back then, like the beginnings of like I think I told y'all, but what's her name? Rachel Rogers, like the woman that wrote the book, The Coach, the black woman. And I was in the group when the George Floyd thing happened and she went in on Marie Folio, and I was like, I was literally in like I was watching the live as it happened, and I'm like, and all those people was watching the live, and they're like, yes, and Rachel, you're right, and da 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 da. And I remember thinking to myself, this is crazy. I don't know what's about to happen, but this woman is blowing up. This woman is about to blow up. And baby, when I tell you she ran that train, baby, she got on that wave and just went on in, honey. Capitalized right on off of that. And then so what does this have to do with anything, right? So we're blending so much of our personal views, our personal lives, lifestyle, And you have to keep up with that because that's what people know you for. I've never been into the lifestyle marketing piece because I think that you should just conduct business, do the business, and live offline. This is my job. Some people are okay with that. Some people are okay with that. I just think like, let me just do my job and let me go. But see, also too, people can see that as boredom, right? Because when they find people find out more about your life and they want to, but I just thought that was so interesting because it's the only industry I know where people got to know about your life. They have to know about who you are for real. I don't remember asking my doctor or attorney about their lifestyle or anything like that. I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just never, I never asked, like, okay, the only way I'm gonna go to my doctor is if I see, because there are fat doctors, right? There are fat doctors, but people still go to fat doctors. They go to still go to doctors with their, bellies hanging over their belts, and they still go. You know what I'm saying? So it's like for coaching, for the coaching industry, for the online service provider industry, we have become so I guess you could say so involved into the lifestyle piece. But I'm here to tell you that the reason why now things are, and I told people too, the ones who did all this lifestyle stuff, this stuff is not flying anymore because people don't want to always see you flourishing and doing well. People are going to get irritated that you're flourishing, especially when if the market shifts and changes. Now, there's some people that still love luxury because you got the haves and the have-nots, right? So you have people that still latch on to luxury like me. I don't mind people being luxurious. It's inspiring. I love it. I mean, everybody's idea of luxury is different. My idea of luxury is taking naps and being able to do what I want to do when I want to do it. And just where we at. That's where we at. And so, but the vision never changes, right? The vision never changes. The business, that's why I said want y'all to hold on, like hang in there. If you're in business right now, hang in there with everything you have in you, because even with this going on, like the internet is very loud, social is very loud, right? You need to be able to free up space to be able to think, because a lot of people are reacting online for no apparent reason. There's a lot of, and there's even reports. I don't know if this is true or not. Please don't quote me, but there are reports that there are a lot of bots that have been released online, way more than we have been exposed to, that are like feeding different narratives, and it's very unfortunate. Um, so you just have to be very careful because a lot of this stuff in there, it's almost like a war on your frequency. There's a frequency thing going on. So it's like people, like, it's almost like it's something that's hacking into people's frequency. When I say frequency, I'm talking about the emotions, the feelings that you have. It's like sometimes you can't ascend or you can't shake yourself out of it. Like whatever you're feeling is so ingrained. It's like, I got, like, what is wrong with me? And a lot of people, I've seen people say, like, I feel like I can't get out of what I'm in. And I think that's interesting too. So this is why I said, like, some of the stuff that we're exposing ourselves to, we have to start getting tighter and tighter and very intentional about where we're spending our time. Quenisha said there's a huge learning curve happening right now with the personal brand versus a business. Quenisha, do you remember me saying that what his name, Ty Lopez, said that there's going to be two different paths? I don't know if you remember me saying that. Y'all, some of y'all probably do. When I said Ty Lopez said that there was either going to be, you're either going to build a personal brand or you're going to build some type of AI agency type business or some type of agency based business or something like that. Do y'all remember that? I'm finding a lot of quote unquote tech bros are doing a lot more YouTube than I've ever seen, right? I've seen like tech bros are tearing up YouTube right now. And I already know they're trying to build that YouTube income, right? They're trying to build that monetization piece. And I think that's still important. When I did sit there and look at the numbers, like I tell people, I generate more from YouTube than any other space. I'm grateful for that, but it's just the fact of the matter is that I'm seeing people more oftentimes not like burning up YouTube. And I think everybody that's in business, you need to have some type of long form content floating out there, even if it's to just once a week, you do a 30-minute video, 45-minute video on something that you know. Even if you're a professional, you need to talk about something that you care about. That's a digital record, that's a digital blueprint or footprint that you are leaving online where people can go and look you up and there's a YouTube. But just don't tear yourself away from what is important. Quanisha, I'm telling you, they are now the people are saying Substack is boring. And I think that's for good reason. Good. I'm glad it's boring for people. I want it to be boring. I wanted it to be boring. That's good. That's a good thing. Because Substack was initially created for writers, right? It was initially created for writers. It was initially created, and it's been around since what, 2017, 2016-ish. Somewhere around there. It's been around for a long time. It's just been a writing platform. Now, recently, it's become a publishing platform where you're publishing all, lives, um, podcasts, writing, and then have like a website blog kind of. Um, just haven't typed it up. Yeah, and it's like we're moving our domain over there over to Substack this week. And it doesn't have to be fancy writing. It doesn't have to be, I mean, not fancy writing, it has to be fancy design. Like they're probably going to open that up, but I like reading. I do. I love reading vlogs and not vlogs, I'm sorry, blogs. I like reading people's writings, and I'm a creative writing geek anyway. So I have all my Substack saved, and like on the weekends, I just sit back and I brew my little coffee, and I'm up in the bed catching up on Substack. Like I'm just on my laptop, and I'm just like, "Oh, this is so good," and da 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 da. And now what I'm going to start doing too is that when I read people's Substacks and I see something interesting, I'm just going to share, like, what is it called? Restack, which is like retweet and then you add your thought or repost. Um, my whole point is this, that a lot of people are flocking to more, and this is the reality, right? This is the reality. People want more context if they're going to be online. It's not that social media is quote unquote dying in so many ways. Social media has not evolved. Everybody is trying to be like everybody. And I think that's where the social media has lost its luster. People appreciated Instagram because you could share in chronological order your friends and be inspired. You had, I think they had the stories, but then when they tried to emulate TikTok because of the short form stuff. And granted, TikTok had the quick, right? It was all of that, right? So people could go on TikTok, you get a quick hit, you get to and you saw all new people. So Instagram, people, you follow people and you like what they talked about. Facebook, it was like, posting content, and you got to read people's funny posts or long posts or see people's dinner. Millennials, we used to love taking pictures of dinner Sunday. We used to love taking pictures of our food. And then people start getting irritated about that. I'm like, we used to do that all the time. We used to do this. Anyway, so then people start getting mad at you even posting about your significant other or births or things like that, right? So over time, people started to get irritated with social media altogether because now we have what I call, and please do not, no one on here is included in what I'm about to say. Okay. We have a lot of crab in the barrel bucket. I mean, crab in the barrel mentality that are coming online. And they're just starting in entrepreneurship. A lot of them are mad because they didn't catch on. And I told my friend this too, one of my good friends who used to actually be one of my mentors. It still is. She's still my mentor, but she's also a sister friend of mine. And I told, her and I talked about it. She was like, girl, what is happening? I said, I just feel like it's the people that lost, that didn't come in during 2020, 2025 era. And now they're trying to like get in, but they have absolutely, going back to what, who was it? Quenisha said, they have no, Camille, I agree. Um, it was too much aesthetics. No, it was something that you said about leadership. They have something like that. Oh, Gary, there's leadership skills to scale a business or the maturity. So you have a lot of people that don't have, I agree, they don't have, their emotional stunted, and they don't have any emotional resilience. There's no critical thinking skills. These are the people that just kind of came online after the fact, and they're still ruled about their emotions on a deeper level, right? They don't, she said, oh, Jessica said they don't know how to switch between frameworks and when they should apply. And you know what, to even add to that, Jessica, they don't even know what a framework is. And it goes back to what Alex Hormozzi said. I will always like coin him with that. He said it comes down to this: do you want to run a business or do you want to make money? Because if you want to make money, quick money, you're in and out, you're up and down, you don't care. There's no customer service. There's only like and this is what I call the get rich quick, but they never get rich. They never build anything. There's no capacity. There's no character building. I told people, as a CEO, as a business owner, okay, as a business owner, I don't care if you're a solopreneur, I don't care. If you are doing client projects, if you're doing client work, if you are getting people into a process, a lead gen process, and you're closing them and they're becoming your client, there's contracts involved, there's invoices involved. You have to have some level of character building as a leader. I'm sorry. And so you have people who are freelancers, people who are just kind of doing it. Those people are the ones who are, I feel, showing up online and just having a hissy fit because they're not getting followers. They're not getting this. And why is this person doing this? And these people are frauds. And this, da, 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 da. Capacity building is very important. People are like, I even had people that ask me, Coach, you get off Facebook. Why did you leave Facebook? Why is that a question? See, that I'm not an influencer. You know, I'm not an influencer. I don't care how many followers I have. I've told y'all that before. That followers number counts do not matter to me. It really doesn't. I do not care. And I have reported to followers. Oh my God. I have reported to like CEOs, and they're like, if it's not converting, like why are we even doing that? Like, I really don't care. And, and I get it, but I thought that was so interesting. People were so into why you're leaving rather than understanding I run a company. You see what I'm saying? And even though, yes, I was into the monetization thing, and I still think that that's very important. But then sometimes I said, okay, I don't want to be remembered by this. Like, I love to be able to keep the bobos on social media, but I'm kind of getting away from what I originally wanted to do with these platforms, which is turn this into a marketing piece for my business. And it has worked. It worked for the time that it worked for. And then when I started to see this kind of a slope, but I said, wait a minute, hold on, we're going it's kind of weird. Like, where are we going? It was fun while it lasted, right? However, We got big goals we got to achieve. And especially when the algorithm was tripping, and especially when things start to get a little, and I said, wait a minute, let me take a step back. What are we doing here? And sometimes you got to check yourself as a company, as a business owner. Say, wait a minute, hold on, whoa. What happened to the vision, Jay? Let's go back to the table. Let's go back to the table, baby. Bring up ClickUp, because all my stuff is in ClickUp. Like, let me go back and review this stuff, because I'm going somewhere else, and I'm not staying on track. Okay, so ClickUp had to get back on the table, and I said, okay, well, we're gonna have to do something else. Mm-mm. And I said, okay, Jay, you need to just get out of this survival mode mentality. Because what we don't do is that. Okay, we've never been into survival mode mentality, so we're gonna stop that. So 2025, we're gonna collect our thoughts. We're gonna collect our leadership capacity. We're gonna get back in the game. We're gonna go back to 2019. We're gonna go back to 2019 when you were just on two platforms, two, maybe no more than three, and you were happy go lucky and you sailed right on in, baby. TikTok didn't even come into the picture until late 2022, 2023. And I really didn't want to join it then. I fought that too. I fought TikTok with every fiber in my being. So what I had to get back to was the vision, right? So it was all about, like, I don't care. Like, I don't care what's going on in the world. I don't care what's going on. I don't care. Like, do I care? Yes, I care. I want to make sure let me make sure the human part of me, of course I care. Right? Of course I care. But it was really more so about the vision, the focus, where the expansion, how we are governing ourselves as leaders, as like being a coach to leaders is very important. And so while TikTok, while Facebook served its purpose, I downloaded all my data and I said, okay, we're done here, and we're gonna just shift, and we're gonna go straight in to where we feel our expertise, our intelligence, our methodologies can be seen, appreciated, and valued. That's what we're going to do. It's going to serve as our portfolio work, our scope, like our being able to show the display of how we can map our frameworks, case studies, and things like that. So we had to just take a different approach. So I'm not saying not to have fun. I want you to have fun. Everybody, like, I don't come, that's what I told people. Maybe social media is just, it is what it is, but I don't come on social media to have fun. This is my job. My job is to create a life. And even though my business is a part of my life, it funds my life too. It supports my life. So you have to start thinking about, like, what kind of life do I want to live? What kind of world do I want to create for myself? Because if I don't create that, somebody's going to create that for me. And the looks of it, the people that are trying to create the world for me to live in is absolutely trash. So I have to do it for myself, right? So you have to think about, how am I positioning myself for now and for the future, and positioning myself to do that. Substack, and this is not a paid ad for Substack. I just think it's very interesting that a lot of people are flooded to Substack just because of a couple of things. Number one, they just raised $100 million in July, which indicates the possibility of them acquiring ads. And people are a little, especially if that is going to be the issue. People are going to be mad about that. But we know that social media, right? That social media, that's how it starts off. They get the users because everything is digital. Everything is about interest media, right? And what they do is they grow the platforms because they got to get the investors involved. They got to show the projections and they got to show how the business is going to do this in the research and development of data, and how people can utilize um, the platform and advertise, right? I'm also looking at from a standpoint that Substack has a lot of high earners on there. You have a lot of, and I'm not saying other platforms did not, but you have a lot of authors, you have a lot of publishers, you have a lot of novelists, you have a lot of scientists, researchers, you have a lot of journalists. Very and when I say these personal brands, I'm talking about the personal brands of the orators and the high level writers and doctoral level. So you have a lot of those, and I'm talking about the majority. That's why everybody think it's boring. That's why people think Substack is. I always say that to me, Substack is what LinkedIn could have been. The only reason why I say that is because Substack to me is more of the it's more of an independent level, right? It's the independent level. It's maybe owners or people that have creative pursuits that are on Substack. However, LinkedIn could have been the same thing, but LinkedIn is more so for the corporations, decision makers, and things like that. I'm not saying that you can't get clients from over there, because I do believe LinkedIn is just a place for me. I can go in the DMs. I don't even have to post like that. I could just go in the DMs and do my job. And that's really where the goal is, to be honest. Like, post, yeah, that's cool, but them DMs is gonna be DMing. That's really where the magic at. But y'all want to talk about that, because DMs are gold still. That's where you could build relationships and have conversations and stuff like that. But DMs is really where it's at on LinkedIn. Even right here on Substack, like, I've been reading a lot of people that have grown their business to six figures. And I'm not talking about just six figures a year. We're talking about multiple six figures a year, but 5 to 6 figures a month on Substack. And a lot of them talk about, and I'm putting this out there for those of you on Substack, those on YouTube that want to start a Substack, like, get to a point where you're utilizing the community feature. Get to a point, because you're building an infrastructure and the pool of leads, the pool of the infrastructure. Did I freeze? I froze, but I'm back. I think I froze. So I want y'all to start thinking about this. As we are building our brands, right? Building our businesses, we need to start thinking about expansion and getting very, very surface level, not surface level, I'm sorry, service level. Very good. TSA, I've refreshed my screen. I want you to start thinking about, like, how are you positioning going forward, getting organized on that, getting very, very um getting very strategic, but also very bold and brave, right? Getting bold and brave. I know that a lot of people don't like to do that, but you have to get bold and brave. You got to have intentional conversations. I know. But coach, I don't be want to bother people. Okay, you're a disruptor. You're an entrepreneur. That's what you do. Businesses interrupt people all the time. Look at me. It's a little bit of narcissism in some of these companies. You got to be a little bit like, hey, I'm here. I want to help. Da, 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 da. Let people tell you that, no, I'm not interested. Or, yes, I'm very interested. I've always wanted to work with you. The offers that you present has to be richer and more valuable at this point. Everybody got to stand back and look at what they're doing and stand back and look at what they're offering. You have to think about that. Look and see, what am I offering now? And is this worth more than the worry and the concern that people are having right now? Yes, so she said, as uncomfortable as it can be, it's necessary. Have to get bold and courageous. You have to get bold and courageous. The vision that you have of yourself. Like, I've talked to women, I've talked to people, period. I've even had some consults with some men. And I'm gonna be honest with you. A lot of people are saying the same thing. Like, I know I'm supposed to be doing this. I know that I have to get myself out there. I know I have to push myself, but I just feel like, right? So it's like feeling. It's the feeling of it. Your body is keeping you back. Your body is keeping you from. And that's why a lot of y'all are messing up at, because you're letting your body speak on your behalf. And your body is not, it's not supposed to run the show. Your body is just a machine to carry your soul around here. But you are, like, your soul needs this evolutionary process. Because I'm gonna tell you this. I'm telling you, you want to be one of the ones that says, I survived this. I remember the pandemic. I remember the great AI, whatever, what they call it, AI revolution of 2024, 2025. I remember that. I went through all of that, the shifts, the market changes, the global reset. Like, I remember that, and we were fine. We had to pivot a lot. That's your testimony is being written right now. Your testimony right now is being written. And sometimes you have to just say, you know what am I willing to just, like, some stuff just gonna have to just get to the back burner. I'm just gonna have to just go in. Like, when we say locked in, baby, we talking about locked in. A lot of people don't want to talk about locked in. People like, I don't want to do this. I just think I'm gonna do. Okay, baby, we going on. We're going on. Okay. We have consults booked for the rest of the week. Okay. We have consults booked next week. I got monetization mapping sessions next week. Things are moving. Okay. We have a contract that is pending. Things are happening. We have to move forward because our testimony will be 100%. We're going this way. And we did it. Because I don't care. Some of us are, some of us are really trying to ride. And me, I had to do the divorce from that 2020, 2024 movement. I had to divorce from that era because that era is done. Yes, just as she said, it was the post about your work, service, and content in your art. Yes, yes, I love it. So you have to start thinking about, like, this is a new era. And me and my best friend, we went to a cafe today, and she's getting certified and stuff. And she said, Jay, because we meet every month. I mean, we meet more than a month, but we meet specifically to go over our goals at the beginning of the month. We go over our goals. I mean, we go over the month before. We talk about how trash it was or how good it was, how much money we made. We just very transparent. And then we fuss at each other if we came short of our goals. Like, okay, so what happened? Like, what was you doing? Girl. We'd be like, girl, what are you saying? You know what I went through. And we'd be like, okay, so what we doing this month? Like, what we doing? So we get to going, and okay, so I like it. I like it. Girl, you need to expand, and you need to do this, and you need to do that. So it's like we do that to each other. So we met at this cute, quaint coffee shop. It was so cute, and we sat outside, and it felt amazing outside in Memphis. Um, yes, 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 yes. I'm not missing it. But I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest with you, Cornisha. Um, she said, in Substack, if you're like, what is she talking about? What are y'all talking about? Quenisha said on YouTube, she said, I've been thinking about this lately. I can't miss any more waves. She said, I should have took off in 2020. I'm not missing this AI wave. Okay, so I'm gonna be honest. I think this was a good time to start. I think starting in the hard times really does. The only thing I would have to say is I just wish that a lot of people were coached properly. I will always, and I promise you, always thank God that I was coached and mentored, and I invested heavily in coaching in myself. And guess what? But this came after a third time because I've owned two businesses before. So a lot of people that dropped out and stuff like that, I was one of those people because I went through like 2000. What year was that? 2009, 2010. No, always like 2011, 12. I had a business too, but it was like resume writing and stuff like that, like freelance and stuff, right? And then I had a business, a recruiting agency from, I think it was like 2014, 2015-ish to 2016. Divorce. I got a divorce from my spouse and my second spouse. Had to dismantle the business and went on and did some freelancing. And then I ended up getting hired on corporate. Here come COVID let me out. And I said that time, I said, I'm not missing any more times. I said, I'm going to get coached. I'm going to get mentored. I'm going to find somebody going to help me. And I'm getting this right because I cannot keep going through this layoff stuff. I cannot do this because I was always getting laid off. I would get massive promotions and bonuses and all this stuff. And I'm like, what in the world? Like, what is the problem? So anyway, I invested in. And not only did I invest, like I said, in the business realm, but I kept investing in my personal self, like identity coaching, spiritual coaching, went to Egypt for a spiritual retreat. Like everything, like all these things came up that I was going through, self-mastery, mentorship. Like I went through all of that. So when people say, I know how to do this and I know how to do that, I'm not attached to this stuff because I know what it's like to go through. I know what it's like to be mentored and coached through stuff. She said, well, not completely, but could have been more strategic and I shouldn't have been in the relationship I was in. And I get it. I think that it's a learning experience, but I'm going to go back to the reason why I think investing now or doing your business now, because if you can stick to it, and I would even go as far as to say people are still being coached right now. I'm still investing in coaching. I have to, even through these times, because you still want to be in the rooms where the talking is talking, that the talking is happening, that what they say, the room where it happened, the Hamilton song, the Hamilton play. You have to be able to stay in those rooms and listen and know what's going on, and to build character and resilience. As I told y'all, a lot of people, motivation is not enough. Strategy is where it's at, but then also to the emotional management and the self-parenting. You got to learn how to self-parent and self-soothe. And see, marketing too. Marketing is not my strongest suit, but it has to be. Marketing has to step up. And so what do we have to do? What do we have to do for marketing to step up? You got to be able to say, okay, I got to go above the noise. I have to go above the noise. So the vision is righteous, right? The vision is righteous for you to be in business, for you to be who you to go and do what you need to do. That is perfect in all its ways. But you got to build yourself up to even be there. A lot of us are not building ourselves and our capacity to even hold that level. You can't be on stages and talking about I'm making a million. God said I'm going to be a millionaire, and God said I'm going to be da 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 da. That takes a person that is emotionally managed. That person is self-actualized. That person is absolutely a visionary. That person can hold space for that. A lot of people don't know how to do that. Making decisions, understanding boundaries, understanding how to invest, when to invest, and then even know when to take a step back from different things and a step back from certain spaces. Like it's a business decision to get rid of Facebook. That's a business decision. That wasn't a social decision. That wasn't a friend decision. To get rid of TikTok for me, and I'm not saying, and I told people you don't have to get rid of TikTok if you're killing on TikTok, baby. Please keep TikTok. Please keep TikTok. Oh, let me see what you said. That brings me to when you said you want people to purchase 50K programs, but you're not marketing at the level of 50K. Exactly. And many times people are going to pay you at the 50K level. They have been with you. They have been with you and have paid you before. See, a lot of people don't even understand client journeys, right? So people are going to pay you 50,000 because they paid you 5 before. That's usually psychology. Like people are just not going to just wire you 50,000 off the cuff and you just met them yesterday. That's a person, that's a long cycle, sales cycle. But if you start people off with a 5K or a 2K or a 900 or whatever, and you build them up, 50K is a no-brainer as they grow and expand and evolve because they've seen you do the work at the 1K level. Like when you look at client, like customer life cycles and sales life cycles and stuff like that, like customer lifetime value, if you look at some of your systems and you see how people invested, I can look at my systems right now and tell you the top 20 customers each year since 2020. People that pay me $20,000 over a life cycle. People that pay me 17, 18, 19,000 in a life cycle. Lifetime value of that client. People that pay me $600 and bought multiple programs or bought multiple courses, even at the smaller level, but because they want to keep learning. But that comes along with what? That comes along with having conversations, making offers to people, constantly, showing up. But now we're in the season. Like I'm not saying that courses are not the thing anymore because they still are. Like courses are still coursing. They're still selling. But you have to be very, very conscientious of what you are selling. What is the outcome? People just don't want to know, how to make an AI twin. Because that's fading out. Like the only people that are making money with AI twins are people that want to just learn AI twins. They're not doing anything with those AI twins. They're making money off of other people that want to buy. And no shade. I don't care. Do sell your AI twins, baby. But and yes, there are companies that are willing to buy them, but it's really coming to that place where the monopoly is there. Like people already got these relationships locked in. So unless you are putting these AI figures and influencers as the face for your company to talk about your company, like do it. Like my girl, we're trying to I'm waiting on Google Flow to get better and better and better so that my girl who is Nicole, the my AI influencer, she's going to market for Gen Z as far as like different digital products. I just want them to change the voice. The voice is really robotic. But I love her. She's so cute. My AI twin, she's so cute. But what I'm also saying is is that we have to get to a place where we are going after the big, that we're going after the big things, that we are staying close to what our values are. And I don't want us to miss those moments because it's very important that we stay focused on that. And I'm going to read a little something that I had. Let me read this part. I thought it was because I want to make sure what's blocking us going all in on any pivot that we want to do, right? So any pivot that we want to do, what is keeping us from going all in? And what came up was the over attachment to the existing identity. A lot of us are still attached to what you were known for in the past, like holding on to being an influencer or holding on to being just a content creator, and people don't know who you are as a strategist, or being known as a strategist and now you want to turn into a content creator slash influencer, or you were a coach and now you want to become more of a consultative partner to corporations. So you're not doing as much coaching, you're doing a lot more strategy work. And so a lot of people need to like understand like it's okay to pivot in a season where you are being called higher to, because everybody's being called into different things. And it doesn't matter. Like if you see, and I want y'all to disconnect yourself from looking at someone else and saying, I should be doing that. Like that's what I need to be doing. You have to listen to your soul. I know I'm not calling to an influencer. God wouldn't even do me like that because I'm boring. Like I live a boring life. I'm like being in the bed, da, 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 da. And I know some people like, well, Jay, you get something. No, I don't. It's according to your character. It's according to your core. Like God, like when people say, and I'm making a joke here when I say this, but like I can't be tempted with what is it called? And I'm being fun. I hope I don't get dinged for this. Like I don't like you can't tempt me with heroin. Like you can't tempt me with throwing back hydrocodone on people. I don't, you don't have to tempt me with it because it's not in me to do that. Right? You can't say, oh, get some of this. Like it's life is not that bad for me to get to that point. Like you don't have to come to me and say, girl, take about 2 of these pills. And no, I don't even drink like that. I don't drink. So I drink like if I do have a drink, it's literally once every 4 months. Like you will rarely see me with a drink, and because I don't like drinking like that because it's a downer for me, and my vibration goes all the way down, and I just can't. So you can't tell me with those types of things. Just like if people get in my face, saying, "Girl, I'm an influencer. I made this much money," I'd be like, "Girl, I am so proud of you. This is amazing." There's nothing in me that's going to say I need to be an influencer. Nothing. So I'm okay with that. However, some people are being called into things, but don't look at what someone is doing and getting enticed by that. Listen to your, like, where are you being called into? What are you being called into? Not what you want to do and you see somebody doing it because they're making a lot of money. Because you may see it has to be in you to do that stuff. I don't even have the energy and the bandwidth to do that stuff. They're calling like over 40 influencers and content creators to model stuff and do all this. I'm like, I don't even feel like it. So it's just but I know that there are people out there that are killing it doing this. Like I'm so proud of them. And it's inspiring because I watch stuff like that. I don't mind. But for me, I want people to listen to their soul cry, because if you're doing things that are misalignment, your body's going to tell you. So that's like the over attachment to existing identity. Divorce that. Burnout But it looks like resistance, but you're actually burnt out, right? So it could be like, I need to pivot because I am grossly burnt out. Let me see. Tia D said lots of folks regularly try to fit into lanes that don't suit them, because they're enticed by the shiny, right? And what seems to be in. I'm gonna do what they do. I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna do this, and it doesn't work out for them. Um, it's you got to get into the place of what makes sense now, for the market in so many ways, right? Probably office hours, lean into digital products or digital assets that are more of useful immediately, that are more like, maybe like even the seven figure strategic business prompt that I have, like something where it's like, I'm just going to go there. Like one of my clients um use their strategic business prompt, and she's doing everything by this thing, and she ended up going from one business to business contract to three because of that prompt that I gave them. And that prompt is like the bomb. And it produced like a 40-page strategic business shift for their own company. And she was able to do things by the book. Like she printed it out, because I got mine printed out too. And literally she did it by the book. So let me bring this up here. So different digital products. Do, 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 do. I'm also going to say this: exclusive short form stories, exclusive short form case studies, short form method types of videos that you can give to your people, like things like that. Think about that. Um, you got to get creative, but you also got to get very, very intuitive and intentional about what you offer these days. And I want y'all to, if you can, put in the chat, and this is kind of like market research for myself. Put in the chat, what are some things that you feel that the market is not giving you that you need? I would love to know. I think Substack, I don't know if they sleep or not, but YouTube, y'all talking to me. And feel free to just put in the chat, just throw it, because I'm gonna come back and read this later. I would love to know, like, what are some things in the market that you feel like you can't find, or things that you're frustrated with for your actual work? So tell me exactly what you feel like you need for your business. Like, for example, templates, but what kind of templates? Like, oh, I'm struggling with this, or I'm struggling with capacity, or I'm struggling with this and the third. How many people of color actually own their own practice? No, not, I'm talking about for you personally, for your business. What are some things that you're looking for in the market that you feel like you can't find right now? Like even dealing with AI, like your templates or products, or you want to learn how to do more of a thing, whether it is operations, AI agents, like what is it that you feel like you need to really just hone in on, and you just really haven't found the time to just sit and learn it? I would be interested. And I know it's a hard question, because a lot of us got to think about that. Like, okay, girl, I don't know. I would love to know. I'm just curious as to where everybody's like, understand. You know what I mean? So I think that's one of the things too. Um, that a lot of us are trying to figure out what we need. And I'm talking about more on a not just learning phase, but more on a tactical phase, like implementation thing. Like I think everybody that has learned AI has learned AI. Like I think we're good. Like I think everybody has learned it because now people are talking about, oh, I don't want to use AI because of this, and I don't want to use AI because of that. People are still using it and we're doing well at it. Now it's time for us to just like, what do we need to implement, whatever that we need to implement? Or what tools do we need more of, right? Um, I'm just very curious. Also too, when it comes down to, and I'm almost done, y'all. One of the things that I really want you to focus on is stop being busy just to be busy. Like, really, really get interested in people's problems. Quenisha said, I think found all the things I need so I can tell you what is most helpful right now. Feel free. I would love to know. Tia said, the market is missing AI tools that streamline the process of finding our customers. Streamline the process of. So, like ChatGPT, I'm gonna throw this out. And Tia, you let me know if I'm on track or off track. Um, Tia, I don't know if you know this, but like if you ask ChatGPT to send you 10 businesses, let's just play with it, right? 10 businesses that are in XYZ field, and bring up their phone number, website, who is owned by, who's the owner, um, and tell it to please look up, public notices because this stuff is usually public. I want to know who the owner is, and if there's an email address, please send, and then you can contact these people. Because everybody's not on LinkedIn. That's another thing too. And then you can also get tools like Instantly and Apollo.io. Like I have a partnership with them. Um, but AI tools, like you can even have it to where it can send you 5, 6, 7, 10 businesses per week to you. Like she'll send you businesses to contact. She'll send you companies on the move, or she'll tell you whatever you need to know. Girl, Chat will tell you, honey. Chat will even check on you. If you tell her that you want her to create a task, because I got her checking on me every morning. Because you know how entrepreneurs, like, you ain't get nobody checking on you like that. She gonna check on you. She gonna send you, she gonna say, hey, good morning, Jay. I just want to know, how are you feeling today? What is your mood? Rate 1 to 5. Tell me, what do you need? Here's a journal prompt, because I love to journal in the morning. She'll say, here's a journal prompt. And I'll check on you tonight. She'll say, I'll send you I'll send you a note tonight and see how your day went. I'm like, thank you, Chat. My friend be like, she just loves us. She really loves us. I'm like, oh my God. It'd be so funny. Yes, ma'am. Y'all better have Chat be checking on you. You can do this. Yeah. So Quenisha, let me know what's working right now. I would love to know. But yeah, it's we're just in a moment of staying focused, y'all. Stay focused. I love it. Quenisha says scaling up was my main focus. I love that. Yeah, so I found OBM who actually created an entire program blueprint. Yes, for your backend as an OBM as well. It's targeted skill class that you will need to efficiently manage. I love that. Tia D said I would have to look into it deeper. It seems like it gives me vague results when I'm working on locating customers. Thanks for the tips. Yeah, I would get very. It's almost like if you were telling a person, I always tell people like treat ChatGPT like you are in, like you're talking to an employee. And I guess because I have, and I'm not saying you don't, Tia, but I'm very specific with AI, like I would tell her like this, and you say I say her. Okay, I need you to locate 10 local, med spas or whatever. I don't know. I'm just giving an example that specialize in, GLP-1 or whatever. And I want I want this, and this. I want you to also find me news, PR things, what has happened, like marketing, what's new that they're doing, what is, show me where they are in the marketing sector or blogs that have featured them. I want to know, and tell me who the owner is. How long has this company been open? And if they're on LinkedIn, please send a LinkedIn company link. LinkedIn link. I get very specific with her, and I will tell her like, thank you so much. What I would also like for you to do is create me a, one sheeter or whatever that goes over my company, and what we can do for them. Highlight this, and then also here's a case study. I want you to highlight it in one sheeter so we can send this out to them ASAP. Can you help me with that? Homegirl gonna say yes. The main thing I like, let me see. The main thing I like about these programs are the plug and play templates to use for myself, my clients. I love that. It takes a lot. Are you referring to coaching AI? What do you mean coaching AI? What do you mean? Like I just prompted to tell her what I wanted to do, the task I want her to complete. Is there anything I misheard? That's okay. No, that's okay. So I just, tell AI exactly, and I think you referring to when I said I talk to AI as if I was talking to an employee on my team. Like I want, like, or an assistant on my team. Because even when I was working with Manpower Group Solutions, they gave me an assistant, and I used to have her. Like, I need you to create this. I need you to help me with this. Get everybody's schedule with da 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 da. Help me find da 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 da, and send it to me by Friday in the business, and she gonna go and do it. Like, I know they have agents. Now one thing I will never trust AI to do is find me hotels and all that kind of stuff, because I'm nosy. I want to know what's in it. I want to look at the pictures. I think that's too trusting to me. Like, oh, my agent booked a hotel for me and booked my flights, and they just pay for it. Like, that's too much for me. Because I need to know. I need to look at the room. I need to look and see how pretty it is. What's all the shop? See, I've been like, girl, move out the way. Mm-mm. I need to see for myself. I cannot. No, I'm not that trusting of AI to do all of that. Okay. Okay. Got it. Got it, Quenisha. This is good. She said blueprints. Plug and play systems are what people need in business right now. I got so much of that. I got so much of that. I'm thinking about putting HoneyBook templates because some people have asked me about that. I have HoneyBook templates to the wazoo. I got that, and I have obviously ClickUp templates and stuff like that too. That is so good, Quenisha. That's amazing because I'm thinking about people that just need to plug in things. Because I love plug and play stuff. I used to love it, but I've kind of created my own little, things like that. I'm currently building plug and play tickets. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Um. Also, too, I was going to say another thing that I'm creating as well is planners. Y'all know I love me a good planner, child. I love me a good old planner, baby. I love me a good old planner. I like planners that are about like Jessica laughed at me. I love planners that are very comprehensive, and I'm making my own. That's going to be like a signature planner for Digital Lead Her and get it professionally done, all of that. Like I'm so excited for that because I really want to release that like Q1 of 2026. I just wanted to be like our signature product because I've never done printed things. Like I've always done digital stuff, but I'm like really want to, get into the game of, products, actual products. So physical products. So we'll see. We'll see. Um, but it's just time for us to like do things differently, y'all. It really is. And we have to just lean in. We have to trust ourselves. We have to stick with the vision. We have to make it plain to ourselves and we have to stay on top of it. So what time is it? Like right now, 7:41. We just need to step back and look at what we're doing and lean in. Content marketing is another one. Quinice, you have to email me or send me a note because I need you to explain to me what that. What do you mean? Like get specific. I know what you mean, but get specific on that. Like hooks and stuff. Are you talking about hooks? Um, but yeah, we got this, y'all. We got this. We got this. So I am going to let y'all get y'all night back. I know that on the East Coast, y'all are getting ready to go to sleep. I need y'all to get some rest. Got a lot to do tomorrow. Have a couple of consults. I have an appointment in the morning. But Thursday I'm gonna start doing um live specifically for subscribers, for paid subscribers, especially on Substack and YouTube. So we're gonna start it on Thursdays, which I'm very excited about. And but we're going on, y'all. We're going on. And thank y'all for joining me tonight. Hope this was good. Hope this was informative. And yep, you're gonna do some more. Me too. Me too. All right, y'all. Y'all take care and we going. We going. Bye. All right, Substack.